Hi everyone! Welcome to Learn English with Daniel.
We're happy you're here. Relax, listen, and let's improve your English together.
Daniel, I had a completely free Sunday last week.
That sounds nice.
It was terrible.
What?
No plans, no errands, nothing. By 11 in the morning, I was pacing around my apartment like I had lost something.
What were you looking for?
Something to do. I kept thinking, this can't be it. There has to be something I'm forgetting.
But there wasn't.
There wasn't. And that scared me more than a busy day ever does.
Why?
Because I realized I don't actually know how to be somewhere without rushing toward the next thing.
I felt that exact panic once. I was on a beach during a vacation, just sitting there. My brain kept saying, shouldn't you be doing something right now?
On a beach during a vacation you had paid for and planned for months?
That's actually a little tragic. It is.
So today, why does stillness feel so uncomfortable for us?
And is slow living actually possible, or is it just a beautiful photo of a coffee cup?
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Learn English with Daniel, your cozy place to learn clear English through real, everyday conversations. I'm Emily.
And I'm Daniel, a man who panicked on a beach.
A relaxing beach.
The most relaxing kind. That's the embarrassing part.
Today, we're talking about slow living, the idea of it, the fantasy of it, and whether it's actually possible for people with jobs, bills, and phones that never stop buzzing.
We'll talk about why rushing sometimes feels safer than slowing down.
We'll also ask whether slow living is really for everyone, or only for people with plenty of free time and a beautiful kitchen.
And we'll explore a few small things that might actually work even for busy people.
This episode uses clear and useful English for A2 to B1 learners.
Later in Word Tour, we'll slow down and explore some useful words.
And in Say It Better, we'll improve some simple sentences and make them sound more natural.
All right, let's slow down and get into it.
So, why did an empty Sunday feel like a threat to you?
Honestly, I think being busy makes me feel like I matter.
Oh, say more.
If my calendar is full, it means people need me. Things depend on me. Somehow that makes me feel important.
And an empty calendar means...
It means nobody needs anything from me right now. And that felt strangely close to nobody needing me at all.
That became serious very quickly.
I know, I went from a free Sunday to an existential crisis in one paragraph.
Very efficient, actually. That's ironic for someone talking about slowing down.
Fair.
But I understand. I feel guilty when I'm not doing something productive. Even when I'm watching television, I usually have my phone in my hand.
Answering emails?
Exactly.
So you're doing two things instead of one.
Right. It's like resting alone isn't enough. It has to be rest plus something useful.
And that is where the word idle comes in.
Idle.
Idle means not doing anything, just resting, waiting, or being still.
It sounds neutral.
It is neutral, but for many of us, being idle comes with guilt.
That feeling of, I should be doing something.
Exactly.
Even on a day off.
Even on a beach, apparently.
Please don't bring up the beach again.
I'm never letting go of the beach.
But that guilt builds over time, doesn't it?
It does. That is how burnout can quietly build. You keep moving, working, and proving yourself until your body finally says, enough.
So we've created this idea that rest has to be earned. It's as if we need a good reason to stop.
Exactly. Rest isn't allowed to simply exist. It needs a permission slip.
Like, I worked hard this week, so now I'm allowed to relax.
Instead of simply saying, I'm a person and people need to rest.
When you say it like that, it sounds obvious.
It does, but try actually doing it on a random Tuesday when nothing urgent is happening.
I would immediately find something urgent.
We all would.
Okay, but here's something that annoys me a little.
Go on.
It's this whole slow living trend online.
You mean those videos where someone in a linen shirt slowly pours coffee while soft music plays?
Exactly. They call it living intentionally.
I know exactly the kind of video you mean.
I watch it and think, sure, but who is paying her rent while she spends 4 minutes pouring that coffee?
That's the real question nobody asks in the comments.
Right. Slow living looks beautiful when it's presented as a lifestyle brand.
But it looks much less beautiful when it's actually unemployment, exhaustion, or not having enough money to do anything else.
So slow living can be a bit of a fantasy.
A carefully created fantasy. The word for that is romanticize.
What does romanticize mean?
It means making something seem more beautiful or simpler than it actually is.
We romanticize slow living in the same way that we romanticize living in a cabin in the woods.
Exactly. It looks peaceful in a photograph.
But in real life?
It involves bugs, no Wi-Fi, and a very long drive just to buy milk.
You've clearly thought about this.
I have strong feelings about cabins.
Noted.
But underneath all that eye-rolling, I think there's something real in the idea of slow living.
So you don't think slow living is fake?
No, I think the version we're being sold is fake.
The version where nobody has bills.
Right. The real version has to fit around a job, a commute, maybe children, and maybe debt.
So the real question isn't, should I quit everything and slowly pour coffee all day?
No, the question is, can slowness exist inside a normal, busy life?
That's a much harder question.
It is, but it's also a more honest one.
Can I challenge that idea a little?
Please do.
Isn't slow living a kind of privilege?
What do you mean?
Some people are working 2 jobs just to survive. Telling them to slow down and be present can feel a little insensitive.
That's fair. I don't think everyone has equal access to slowness.
Right. Some people don't get to choose a slower pace.
Life chooses the pace for them through overtime, rent, and other responsibilities.
Exactly. So we should be careful not to preach slow living as if it were a simple choice everyone could make.
It's easy to tell someone to just slow down when you're sitting in a comfortable chair.
Yes, but here's where I'd like to challenge your challenge a little.
Go for it.
I don't think slow living has to mean quitting your job and moving to a farm.
Then what could it mean?
I think that even inside a difficult, busy life, there's usually one small pocket of time that could be slower if we noticed it.
Can you give me an example?
Think about the walk to the bus stop. You could rush there with your phone in your hand, or you could put the phone away and actually notice the walk.
Even if it's only 5 minutes?
5 free minutes. It doesn't cost anything, and it doesn't require you to quit anything.
So it's less about having a completely slow life.
And more about having slow moments inside a fast one.
I like that.
Slowness doesn't have to become your entire lifestyle. It can simply be a habit that you practice in small doses.
That feels more realistic.
And it's fairer to people who genuinely can't slow down their whole lives.
Okay, can I admit something that actually worked for me?
Please.
Last month, I ate dinner without my phone on purpose. Just once.
How did that go?
It felt strange. Genuinely strange.
Really?
During the first 2 minutes, I kept reaching for my phone out of habit, even though it wasn't there.
Like a phantom itch?
Exactly like that. But around the 3rd minute, I actually tasted my food.
You mean you properly noticed it?
Yes.
It's a little sad that noticing your own dinner feels like a big event.
It really is. But for me, it was a big event. I noticed that the food was actually good.
You didn't usually notice that before?
Not really. I usually inhaled my food while scrolling through my phone.
So you were eating on autopilot.
Completely on autopilot. Meals just happened to me.
There's a useful word for the opposite of that.
intentional.
Intentional.
Yes, being intentional means doing something on purpose and with attention, instead of simply letting it happen.
Then that dinner was the first intentional meal I'd had in, honestly, I don't know how long.
Did it take more time?
That's the funny part. No, it took the same 20 minutes.
But did it feel different?
It felt longer, but in a good way. It was almost as if time stretched a little.
That's the interesting thing, isn't it? Slow living isn't always about having more time.
It's about how time feels while you're experiencing it.
Exactly.
It was one dinner. I didn't become more productive and I didn't complete any tasks.
But somehow it became the calmest 20 minutes of your week.
It did. That's actually kind of beautiful.
Don't get used to hearing me say beautiful things.
Noted. Enjoy it while it lasts.
So, where does that leave us?
Well, I don't think either of us is about to move into a cabin.
Definitely not, especially because of your strong feelings about cabins.
Right, but I think the real version of slow living is much smaller than those online videos make it look.
Much smaller. It could be one walk, one meal, or one quiet morning once in a while.
It doesn't have to be a completely new life.
It can simply be a few small pockets of time when you aren't rushing toward the next thing.
I've started having phone-free dinners about twice a week now.
Just twice?
Baby steps, Emily. I'm not a monk.
Fair enough. What about your Sunday panic? Have you made any progress?
Actually, yes. Last weekend, I had another free morning.
What did you do?
Instead of finding a task, I sat with my coffee for 15 minutes. No phone.
How did that feel?
It was uncomfortable for the first 5 minutes. Then it became genuinely nice.
See? That's the whole thing, isn't it? The discomfort passes if you sit through it.
It does. I think we're so used to that feeling of do something that we never wait to discover what's on the other side.
And what is on the other side?
Just quiet. And it turns out that quiet isn't as frightening as I thought.
That's a small win.
A small win. I'll take it.
I like where this conversation has landed.
We started with me panicking on a free Sunday and you panicking during a beach vacation.
And we ended with us eating dinner slowly twice a week, like functioning adults.
Big progress.
Huge.
Some of today's words are worth slowing down for, pun intended.
Let's do that.
Yes, it's time for Word Tour, where we slow down and explore useful words from today's conversation. Our first word is idle. 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 Idle means not doing anything, just resting, waiting, or being still. It sounds neutral, but for many of us, it feels like a small crime. You could say, I felt guilty being idle, even on my day off. That's a very honest sentence. Uncomfortably relatable too. Our next word is romanticize. 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 Romanticize means making something seem more beautiful or simpler than it really is. Like those slow living videos with the perfect coffee pour. Exactly. You could say social media tends to romanticize slow living. True and a little annoying. Our next word is burnout. 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 Burnout is a state of complete exhaustion. It usually comes from working too much, rushing too much, or carrying pressure for too long. It's the problem that slow living is supposed to help with. You could say, I started looking into slow living after experiencing serious burnout last year. Sadly, that's a very common story. Our next word is intentional. 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 Intentional means doing something on purpose and with attention instead of allowing it to happen automatically. Like my phone-free dinner. Exactly. You could say that was the first intentional meal I'd had in months. A low standard, perhaps, but a real achievement. Our final word is privilege. 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 Privilege means an advantage that not everyone has access to. Being able to choose a slower pace of life can be a privilege. You could say, slow living can feel like a privilege that not everyone can afford. That's an important word to remember when discussing this topic. So today's words are idle, romanticize, burnout, intentional, and privilege. They aren't simply fancy words. They help explain why telling someone to just relax is more complicated than it sounds. If today's words felt useful, you can practice them again with Learn English with Daniel. Use the transcript, vocabulary practice, quizzes, games, and shadowing exercises. Words like idle, intentional, and burnout become much more useful when you can talk about your own life with them, not when you only recognize them on a page. Exactly. Now let's take some simple sentences about slowing down and make them sound more natural, honest, and useful. This is Say It Better. In Say It Better, we aren't trying to make sentences sound fancier. Thank goodness, my sentences already feel enough pressure. We're simply making them clearer and more real.
All right. Our first sentence is, I feel bad when I do nothing.
That's very common and very honest.
But the word bad is doing a lot of work in that sentence.
Let's say it better. I still feel a little guilty when I'm idle, even on my day off.
That's more specific.
Yes, it names the exact feeling instead of hiding everything inside the word bad.
The phrase, even on my day off, adds a helpful detail too.
It makes the sentence feel like a real experience instead of a general statement.
Here's the next sentence. Those slow living videos aren't real life.
That may be true, but it sounds a little harsh.
Let's say it better. I think social media tends to romanticize slow living a little.
That sounds more thoughtful.
Yes, it sounds less like a complaint and more like an observation.
And the phrase a little softens the sentence nicely.
Our next sentence is, I'm always tired from work.
That's another very common sentence.
Let's say it better. I think I'm actually dealing with some burnout.
Burnout is a stronger and more accurate word.
Yes, feeling tired might come from one bad night. Burnout is something deeper.
Using that word can also open the door to a real conversation.
When someone hears burnout, they usually take it more seriously than tired.
Here's the next sentence. I ate dinner without my phone.
It's a correct sentence, but it feels a little flat.
Let's say it better. I had a genuinely intentional dinner last night, no phone at all, and it helped more than I expected.
That sounds like the experience actually meant something.
It did. It wasn't only an action, it was a small decision.
The word genuinely adds honesty, too. It sounds like you're a little surprised by your own experience.
Exactly.
And here's our final sentence. Not everyone can slow down.
It's true, but it's quite plain.
Let's say it better. I think slow living can be a real privilege, and that's worth remembering.
That sounds more careful and fair.
It doesn't dismiss slow living as an idea.
But it also doesn't pretend that slowing down is simple for everyone.
Can I put a few of these sentences together?
Go for it.
I still feel a little guilty when I'm idle, even on my day off. Honestly, I think I'm dealing with some burnout. So last night, I had a genuinely intentional dinner, no phone at all, and it helped more than I expected.
That is excellent.
It sounds real, specific, and slightly proud of itself.
As it should be.
Maybe that's the thought we should leave with today.
Slow living probably isn't a completely different life.
It's a few honest minutes inside the busy life you already have.
So, does your Sunday panic still happen?
Sometimes, but it happens a little less now.
And what about the beach?
Please let it go.
Never.
But seriously, one dinner, one walk, or 15 quiet minutes with a cup of coffee.
That's the whole idea, isn't it?
That's the whole idea. Small, possible, and honest.
In the comments, tell us, when was the last time you felt truly unhurried?
Or complete this sentence. Slowing down feels difficult for me because...
Keep your answer simple.
And keep it honest.
Thank you for listening to Learn English with Daniel.
Keep it real, and as always, keep learning.
We'll see you in the next lesson.
Bye for now.
Your progress doesn't end here.
To continue improving your English, choose the next video or explore one of the additional lessons selected for you.